Good morning. I am Dr. Leon Klempner, CEO of People in Practice, and I am really happy to be here. We like to look at it as three different areas to focus on. Number one, we need new patients, but not just any new patients. We need qualified new patients, a constant flow of them. So not only do we need new patients, but we want patients that can afford our treatment and that are aligned with what we offer. In addition to that, we want our patients to become influencers. We want them to be ambassadors for us, to refer to us, to leave us reviews, to take the goodwill that we generate and to spread that around. And lastly, we want to develop some brand equity. So where are we now? Let's address the obvious. We're getting squeezed from all sides. I don't know how much you feel it, but I know that I felt it over the years as the cost of technology went up. I mean, we all have scanners or are getting scanners, 3D radiographs, CAT scans. These are all things that cost a lot of money, and they have an effect on our bottom line. We want good staff. That's our most valuable asset. And they want to be paid well. And we would expect that we would pay them well. So we're getting squeezed on the overhead front. When I first started in practice, my largest overhead expense was my chairs. That's no longer the case anymore. But we're also getting squeezed from the top down. We're getting pressured to lower our fees. We're getting challenged by insurance companies. And lastly, we have the threat of retail dentistry, or we call them DSOs, opening up low-cost, affordable, expanded hour facilities that we need to compete with. So what do we have to do? We have to differentiate ourselves. We can't be just a brace place. We can't be just a place to get your teeth straight. We need to focus on where our clinical expertise is. If we're experts at Invisalign, we need to differentiate ourselves as experts at Invisalign. We need to have our personality readily available to patients so that they can see what we're all about. Our staff, the way we treat people. These are all benefits that we can have to differentiate from a large corporate facility. And we can offer services that perhaps they don't. Excellident, Propel. We can focus on getting done quicker, getting done more conveniently in terms of number of appointments. So there are ways that we could differentiate ourselves, and I don't want to put staff, underestimate the power of your staff because they are extremely influential in the success of your practice, particularly in maintaining loyalty to you. So let's take a look at a variety of different classifications of new patients and how they may or may not find our practice and what we could do in order to attract. We need to appeal to all of these different groups, and all of these different groups fall into a number of categories. We broke them down to three categories. There are patients in your practice currently, certainly have all four groups there, but there are also friends of your patients that are not current patients of your practice, but are certainly in the target of who we'd want to appeal to. And lastly, this big green circle are people in your community that are in need of your services that don't even know you exist. These are people that we want to appeal to, and this is the greatest opportunity we have to grow our patients. The thought of somebody coming directly through one is a fallacy. They cover a lot of bases here, and all of these are very interconnected. It's not a linear process. It's more like a scavenger hunt. So these touch points are all interrelated, and a good marketing strategy covers all of them, both digital and non-digital. What I've done today is I've broken these down into 5 specific areas to cover. And if you cover these areas, you'll find you'll be successful in terms of attracting a lot of new patients. We want new patients, we want patients to be influencers and ambassadors, and we want to have something to sell at the end of the day. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation. Here's my information.